How do you make your kid into a bookworm? Well, today we have a special guest who is a young child and a bookworm. It's here to tell us about their reading journey. And of course, we have our also resident master educator, Lauren Moseley. You don't want to miss this episode for the latest tips and strategies to get your kid to love reading.
Hi, thank you so much for joining the Falling for Learning podcast. We have this podcast to help parents and caregivers with having the resources, strategies, and tools needed to make sure that their children are on track for learning and to stay on track for success.
Welcome!
Hi, my name is Sage. You could call me Sagie the Bookworm, though.
Love it. Okay, Sagie the Bookworm, tell us the grade that you just completed because I know we're in our summer months.
I just completed grade 4 and I'm going to grade 5.
Ooh, okay, upper grades. So you're calling yourself a bookworm. So how did you become a self-professed bookworm? Like, what made you start loving to read?
What made me start loving to read is sometimes when I was in first or second grade, I used to go to the park down the street from me, and I used to sit in a tree, but the tree's cut down now. I used to sit in a tree and read, and it just made me love reading.
Love it. So a special place to read. Right. Okay. Who do you credit with teaching you how to read? Was it just like one person or a lot of different people?
So when I started reading in pre-K 4, I think. So there's this tutor. Her name was Miss Hartley, and I also had another tutor named Miss Barber that helped me along the year to learn how to read in 2020.
Okay. All right. We jumped right into business. I'm gonna take a step back and just ask you, like, how's the summer going?
It's going pretty well. I'm going to camps and Houston Fine Arts Architectural camp.
So you said camp, so more than one camp. So this week we're on a Friday. What camp did you do this week?
XPDC.
Okay, tell us more, please.
So it's a dancing camp, and I'm doing dance so it could help with my track journey.
Ooh.
And then I also like dancing because it's a pretty fun camp. You get a fun Friday, field trip Friday every week.
So what field trip did you go to?
We went to the Evergreen Pool today.
Evergreen Pool. Ooh. What makes it evergreen? Is it green or what does that mean? It's a location?
It's a location. I have no idea.
But it's not actually green.
It's not actually green.
Okay. I'm not from your area, so I was like, oh, okay, let me know. Okay, and
green pool is good anywhere.
It was like green eggs and ham, like just food coloring. I don't know. Who knows? Yeah. Okay, so Sagie the Bookworm, can you tell me like one thing that was like, what was the best thing about the dance camp this week?
The best thing about the dance camp this week was learning the techniques and moves and the structure that I needed to have to do it.
Okay. Techniques, structure. Okay. And then I just have to go back. You told me that you're on a track journey and this dance camp is strategically chosen to help you. What do you like to do for track? Tell me about that. What's your goal?
So I do 3 events. I do long jump, triple jump, and sprints.
Okay. Long jump, triple jump, and sprints.
My dad, he was number 2 in the country. So I'm trying to take my track journey after him.
All right.
Nice.
Oh, wow. That is so just great to hear. Like you are taking up that responsibility, like that challenge and carrying on your dad's legacy.
Yes.
Oh, I'm sure they're already very proud of you already.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mhm.
Um, so one thing I think is interesting to know about is like you're going to tell us about a book that is particularly interesting to you right now, but can you tell us like one of the first books you remember, maybe someone reading to you or that you read yourself?
Okay, Dada Jimmy Fallon.
Say it again.
Dada Jimmy Fallon.
Dad, Jimmy Fallon.
Yes.
Are you looking for it?
It's
I
somewhere.
just heard Jimmy Fallon on a podcast talking about this very book as being a book that he wrote just because he wanted his kid to say dada.
Oh my
I've never
So
gosh.
story of it was my mom and dad. Of course, they were competing. Who is she going to say, Mama or Dada first? And
Mm-hmm.
there was no Mama Jimmy Fallon, so my dad bought the Dada Jimmy Fallon, and she was like, Dada Wolf, Dada Moo. So
Oh
it was
my
just
goodness.
that was the first book that I read.
So I don't
I
remember. Did you actually say dada first?
I did say Dada first.
Man, Jimmy Fallon did it. He did it. That was his whole goal in writing that book.
We're definitely gonna put it in the show notes. Like, check it out if you need your kid to say dad first. You're in that race, right? He is
Yep.
we know he's into races and he won that race as well.
Yep. Yeah.
Wow. Okay. And can you think about, so that's what they were reading to you, correct? So, do you have a book like this is a book you read by yourself that you really liked? Like, as you're learning how to read, like one of your early books that you read?
Ooh, so I know it. It was called. It was called Beautiful. It's actually right there.
You want to grab it? Grab it. Let's see it. I want to see this book.
She's got books she's even got books in her bed.
She
Books
does.
everywhere.
She's calling her. Yes. Beautiful. Okay. Can you tell us who the author is?
The author of Beautiful is Stacy McAnulty.
Okay, so again, we're going to put it in the show notes. We have a resident book professional here, a book expert, Sagie the Bookworm. Good. Okay. So we know a little bit about some of the books that you like. Like, can you tell me before we get in? This is my last question, then I'm going to get you into the book that you were here to talk about. But how do you choose a book? Like, how do you know which book to read?
So what I do is it's just this thing. I take the book, right? That in it the title looks interesting to me.
Okay, the
So
title.
I flip to a random page. I read that page. I read this page.
Uh-huh.
And then I say, and then I flip to another page. Then I flip to another page, and then I do the same thing. I read the back, see if it's interesting, and then I do the five finger rule. If there's on one page, if there's 3 fingers, if there's 3 words that I don't know, I could do it. But if there's 1 word I don't know, do it. But if there's 5 words I don't know, don't do it.
Okay. So this is the independent reading tips. Yes, absolutely. Who taught you that? Do you know who showed you that or just what you do?
I know who showed me that. Her name was Miss Lauritsen.
Oh, I love this. Oh my gosh,
Right?
Sage. I just love this, right? Because as teachers, we would have like said these things, but to hear that you've internalized that and you use that, it really helps you. Love it.
Yeah.
Okay, so Sage, let's get into the book that you like to read, like this book that you are here to tell us about. Yes.
The Rewrite Method and the Rewrite Method Workbook are your go-to resource for helping kids to learn to fall in love with writing. It has the tips, tools, resources, strategies,
and skill building activities to help kids fall out of writing hate and into loving to write. Get your book set today. Okay, tell us the title. Oh, go ahead.
So this book is called IRL. The I stands for in, the R stands for real, and then the L stands for life, in real life. And the book is this book is about this girl named Lucy. She moved to Alaska. She moved to Alaska in dang it. And then she went to this school. It was called oh god, I just forgot.
It's okay. You don't have to remember everything. No pressure.
Just give us the gist.
Winter Pine Secondary.
Okay.
Winter Pine Secondary, but since the roads are frozen during the school year during the winter, they have to. Oh my shoot! Okay, there we go. So so it's freezing, right? But then it becomes spring.
Mm-hmm.
So they're going to do the first thing. But the location is a gravesite. She comes.
The school is a gravesite.
Yeah. She goes home and she comes back the next day, right?
Mm-hmm.
Gravesite again. She meets this guy named Connor, and then he saves her from falling a tree. Then she feels like a whoosh in her heart, and then she falls. Tree fell on her and everything. And then the guy picks her up. And then she comes back the third day with her mom, and everything disappears when her mom's there. But when her mom leaves and says, I don't see nothing, everything comes back.
Okay, can I pause you for 1 second, Sage? Are you going to be doing for the audience, we want to know, are you going to be doing spoiled alerts? Because if they want to read this book, I want them to pause it. So you're giving spoils?
Well,
it's up to you.
I'm giving the short summary.
Short summary. But are you going to give us the ending, or you're going to... It's up to you. I'm leaving it up to you. If you want to spoil, but I just want the audience to know if you're going to spoil. You're spoiled. You could pause and watch the rest later or whatever, because Sage is going to give us all the tea. Okay? So if he's giving it all. All right, Sage, keep going.
So then, after her mom comes the third day, she comes back for the fourth day. Then she brings the computer, right? Just let's just say this is the computer. She shows her classmates and says, yeah, this is a school. Then she finds this guy. His name is Harold, this old man. He was actually Connor's younger brother, and Connor died 20 years ago. So, and then Harold says, yeah, every kid, 11 kids and one teacher died for a fire in Winter Pine Secondary. And then he says, but apparently there was 13 who died, but there was only 12 remains found. And then
she gets all quiet. You're making it very creepy. I don't know if I can.
She's so good at this. You're so good at storytelling. I want to hear more. I'm leaning in,
I think you should read it. You should be the.
And then he said, and then she comes back with the computer, right? Again, yeah. So the school, in the middle of the night, sewing machine shuts on. She turns it off. She unplugs it, right? She's like, I'm so scared. But then she realizes that the 13 students is her. They want her to come join the dead.
She's the number 13?
That's such an unlucky number, too.
And today is actually Friday the 13th. This is when we're filming. It won't come out until a couple weeks, but this is Friday the 13th. Dun, dun, dun. No. Okay, we love it. We love this. So is this typical of the type of books that you read, Sage? Like
I read
thrillers, a lot of
I read
horror?
horror mystery books.
Mm. So did anyone, so I'm just going to ask because I know there's some parents out there or maybe even teachers out there that might be like, that's too much for the young kid or whatever. Did anyone like try to say, don't read that, it's not good? Or what do you think?
Well, if you say, well, sometimes people say it's too scary, but
Hmm.
I think it's good for young minds to say, for young minds to learn mystery books so they can figure it out on their own. And you should take a pause every time you read a chapter. There's a mystery in every chapter. Let's say I'm on chapter. I already finished the book, but I'm on chapter 3, right? Reading, 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 reading. Finish chapter 3, right?
Yeah.
I take a moment. What was the mystery? Let me figure it out. Reach chapter 4, finds it out. Oh my God, I was right.
Yes.
I think that's a
So,
great.
yeah.
Mysteries are for critical thinking. I love it. I love it.
Yes.
That
Awesome.
is awesome. I again so excited to have you on. Um, has there been something that maybe someone has done to make you question how much you like reading, or have you just been encouraged for reading?
Well, some people say so there was this one kid, he said reading's for nerds.
Hmm.
And I said, well, being a nerd's good on my part. Thank you. But then for a second, I was like, I read a little too much. And I was like, but then I just ignored it Then I just ignored it.
I love that. I love it, Sage. So just doing what you like to do. Um, do your parents or someone still read with you? Because I know you read a lot by yourself. Do people still read with you, or just really it's by yourself?
well, it's really by myself, but my mom's a bookworm too. And when I was 7, we read almost all the Harry Potters together. I'm a big Harry Potter fan. I am Hufflepuff.
Okay. All right. Yes. Good. So your mom, you guys both had a book, or you guys were just reading one book together?
But well, no, we were reading one book together. I
Nice.
was 7, so I couldn't
Okay. She was reading
not.
a little bit and you were reading a little bit, but she was reading mostly, probably, maybe?
Yeah.
Okay. Nice.
Now, TD, I was talking to Sage the other day, and she told me she does have multiple copies of some books because for that reason. So when you're reading with someone, right? Then you say you like to have a copy, and then someone else can have their copy. Is that why you got 2 books? I don't remember.
Well, so for Right Back at You and IRL, yes, I got it. So me and my best friend could read it together.
Oh. So did you guys like read aloud together, or did you just like I read chapter 2 and then I'm talking to you about chapter 2, or you did both?
We haven't read it yet together yet,
Okay,
but I
that's the
read it
plan.
on my own because she's at a sleepover camp right now. So
Okay, she's at a sleepover camp. You're doing more day camps.
yeah, and
Okay.
then but I have been in a book club with her. It was 2 other girls and me and her, and we both. So what was happening? So on one day we went chapter. Okay, I read this one, you read that one, I read this, you read that one, you read that one, I read this one. Then the second day, we all just read on our own. Then we just did a report. Then we talked about each other. Then bing, bada, boom, done.
Tell me how did it come about that you guys had a book club?
Oh, so it was like a project in 3rd grade that we kind of extended into the summer. Well, not the whole 3rd grade class, just us. And
Oh,
we really
Right.
like reading together.
you sound like
And
you'd be a nice friend, a fun friend to be around. That's
yeah,
nice.
and they extended it into the summer. That says so much.
Yes.
Wow.
That's amazing. Okay, and then you did say you did a book report. Is this the school part, or that you guys that did the book report that extended into summer?
Schoolwork, that's the school part, but I have a book
Okay.
report that I do on my own.
Okay. Do tell.
I
Do
just got it.
tell.
No, I just got it, so I'm about to like try to fill it out as much as I can over the summer to see how many books I can read.
So is that with like the library or from your school, or you just found it online, or what?
There's this bookstore right down the street. It's called Good on Paper. It's an
Okay.
amazing bookstore. It's kid friendly. You could try out the books. They let you sit in there, and they don't call it technical loitering. And it's right down the street. So me and my friend could go. Me and my friend go together.
I love
Not my
it.
one of my other friends.
Okay. You
So
just yeah.
they don't accuse you of loitering if you sit there and read like for an hour, read the whole book. It's fine. I'm gonna have to go check that out.
You have an extent. We could tell you're a bookworm. You have an extensive vocabulary. You're
Mm-hmm.
talking about extending things into the school year, and also loitering. So yeah, and then like the
And how her
sleepaway camp.
friendships are around,
What?
her friendships are around reading,
Yeah.
right? Great.
My friend Arden, she likes to read with me. Like sometimes at recess, we read together. Sometimes we do a book race, see how many books we could finish during the week, or how many chapters or pages, and then we have to
Right.
make sure. Then we have to make sure that we know what the chapter is, and we say it. We're like, I know this. I know
Yeah,
it's.
you can't just say you read it. You gotta
You can't,
prove you read it. I
you can't
got
just be
that.
like. You can't just be
Blah
like.
blah 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 blah.
Like
Accountability. I heard that. Yeah.
Accountability, right? Right. I love it. That's great, Sage.
Oh my goodness.
Wow.
Do
I
you
have a question.
Oh, go
Can I
ahead,
ask a really
please.
question about the IRL book? Is that a series or is that just one book or is there a series of IRLs?
this book just came out in May.
Oh, okay.
Who's the author?
Jenny Gobel,
Okay.
I think. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I want to also say I was intrigued by the book too because, it says that they're in Alaska and I grew up in Alaska.
Ooh.
Yes, I grew up in Alaska. But unlike that book, we actually didn't they didn't ever shut down the school for anything. We went out to recess when it was like 20 below,
Oh my
30
gosh.
below. Yeah. And this is I credit this to me becoming a teacher because I've never adjusted to the code and I actually say that I have code phobia. And so instead of being outside for recess, I wanted to help my teachers. So I helped them grade, put up bulletin boards, decorate, organize, anything but going outside in the cold. So
Right. And in the book they when it's cold they have online learning, right? So that's maybe an element of, technology is that they've
maybe.
like, oh, you can learn online and the kids don't have to become popsicles at recess.
I I used to do that. I used to say when I was in third, can I go to the office? I don't like the bugs. I have an extreme fear of bugs, and I used to say I don't like the bugs. She said no, but whatever.
You
But
could
then there was
try.
one time that my teacher, he said, I have some students come help me. I need some students get grade. Well, this was 2 times. Clean up my room and grade. So the first time was with Miss Sorensen. She said, come help me grade. And I helped her grade and did everything. But then it was Mr. Banner. He said, come clean up my room. Come help me clean up my room. Not come clean up my room. But he said, and I said, all right. And and there were some friends with me too.
Hmm.
Nice.
I didn't want
That's
to
what
be
I
out.
loved about the big kids. They could grade, they could clean, they could do all kind of stuff. That's awesome. I miss
So
that.
oh yes. So you teach first grade now and you taught older kids in the past?
Yes. So for first graders, it's time for recess. I want everyone to go out and run and burn off all of that first grade energy. But yeah, those older kids can do so much.
So for you, Sage, I want to ask you because I teach in Los Angeles, and I'll tell you why I'm asking you this question, but does this happen in your school? Like, do you have to stay in sometimes because of the weather?
Yeah, of course.
Yes. Okay, so what kind of weather keeps you inside?
Rain, thunder, rain, thunder.
So not if it
Oh,
gets
it's too hot. It's
too
too hot.
hot. Too hot.
But one
Okay.
time it was 107 and she said, let's go outside. But the other teacher was like, nope, nope.
Too hot. Yeah, too
Yeah.
hot. Okay. Yeah. So I'm gonna tell you because in Los Angeles, the kids can't go out if it's a little drizzly, not like thunderstorm, like a little speck of water. And they're
What?
like, nope, staying inside. They said the kids could run and slip. And I guess people sue out here. So maybe they'll be like, they'll get sued or something. I don't know. I don't know that part. But the kids
So,
can't play. And so if it's too foggy, like we had fires, so it was smoky. So they're like, you can't go outside. It's too smoky outside. And
Mm-hmm.
sometimes, but usually it doesn't happen where it's too hot. We don't usually get to 107 in Los Angeles. But every once in a while, it's like maybe a little bit too hot, but it's not very often at all.
okay.
Yeah.
So that's about the fog. If it's smoky, because sometimes you get the house or the restaurant right by, well, not restaurant, the house, they have barbecues.
Hmm.
Sometimes there's
Hmm.
smoke.
Yeah.
Even if, so I use a nebulizer when like my lungs get blocked up and stuff.
Yes. Hmm.
If you have what I don't know what I have, but if you need a nebulizer, a inhaler or whatever,
Yeah.
you can't stay inside. You go out if there's smoke. Go out if there's smoke. Hold your breath.
Is that what happens at your school?
Oh no, not hold your
I'm
breath.
sorry, I don't mean to laugh, but is that what people say?
They're like,
Okay.
it's okay. Just try to stay away from the smoke, or just hold your breath when you're passing by. And we're like,
Oh,
So you said
okay.
there's
So it's not
a
smog in the air. There's someone who is barbecuing
barbecue
nearby and
nearby.
having. Okay. So it's a little isolated. I not to say it's okay. I'm just saying it's a little bit more isolated than
Mhm.
like just
Of
smoke everywhere, like
course.
outside. Yeah, because of the fires. Yeah. They call it the wildland fire. Some people call it, but yeah,
Just
but I
smog
understand.
makes my barbecue ribs. That's different.
Well, I hope you're okay, but
barbecue
you
ribs.
you have it you able to keep it with you. It's your nebulizer. We have a lot of kids here in LA that have asthma and stuff like that. So I know what you mean. Hmm.
Mhm.
I don't. It's a big machine, so I cannot carry it around.
Absolutely. Yeah. Hmm.
Yeah, that'd be difficult.
But like listen to your body, right? If you could stay away from the smoke, but if if you're like surrounded by it, then you could maybe go to the nurse's office or something, advocate for yourself.
I'm always fine because I just stay away from it or staying in a closed area.
Great.
So I'm like,
Smart. Okay, well, Sage, I really enjoy talking to you today. Me and Miss Moseley really enjoyed talking to you. Thank you for sharing all of your wisdom and experience with reading, what makes you love reading. And I hope we are listening to the wise words of Sagie the bookworm and doing something today to help give your kid a competitive advantage. Tell them bye, Sage.
bye, nice to meet y'all.
That was great. Thank you, Sage.
Thanks again for supporting the Falling for Learning podcast. New episodes go live every Saturday at 5 p.m. You can watch us on youtube.com at Falling for Learning or listen on all major podcast platforms such as Apple, Google, Audible, Spotify, and much more. For more resources, visit fallinginlovewithlearning.com. We really appreciate you. Have a wonderful week.